Hello and welcome, fans, to some Mountain Vista girls soccer. I'm Griffin Leonard alongside Eddie Blue. It is senior night here at Shea Stadium for this game between the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles and the Chaparral Wolverines. Delighted to be here on this Wednesday night as the sun starts to set on this hot day in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Eddie, what are you expecting from this game tonight?
I'm expecting a pretty good game. Mountain Vista is 7-2 so far this season. Have yet to play Chaparral though, so we don't really know what to see from them. I'm expecting a good game from the Mountain Vista girls.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at this game as a stepping stone into the playoffs. At 7-2, the Golden Eagles have put together a pretty good season and will be looking to threaten in the Chassa 5A state playoffs coming up in the next couple of weeks. So we are very excited for that as we are about ready to kick off here at Shea Stadium. Chaparral in the white, Mountain Vista in the green. Chaparral plays a ball forward early, and that's left for the Mountain Vista goalkeeper, Brooke Auth, to deal with and put it out of play. Now, Brooke Auth in goal tonight. She is a junior. Senior night, though, we will expect to see Emily Wilson, the backup senior goalkeeper, at some point in tonight's match. Playing it forward that time is Haley Linder, the freshman. Mountain Vista still with it. It's the ball forward. Center back of Chaparral doesn't have much of a problem with that. Mountain Vista with a nice takeaway. They have the ball at about midfield. Double teamed though is Taylor Evans. She finds a way out of it.
Evans has always had some very nice footwork in the central midfield. It's nice to see her good and going early.
Yeah, one of the things that Mountain Vista needs to do to be successful tonight is they need to keep control of the ball and take advantage of chances when they come. They, in the past, we have seen them with a bit of ball control issues, and for them to be successful in the game today, they need to make sure they're not getting sloppy with their passes and making sure they don't get caught by the Chaparral defense.
So far, a solid start for Mountain Vista, getting it into the Chaparral end, making some nice passes, getting it through the central area of the field, just not quite getting any good shots to go.
There's a nice header forward. The whistle stays unblown, and that shot deflects off one of the defenders, and the goalkeeper for Chaparral swallows it up.
Big leg for the Chaparral goalkeeper.
Chaparral find a bit of space, but it's nicely taken away by the Golden Eagles. and they start an offense.
Mountain Vista really plays a style of game that really gets their defenders involved because that's where their most skilled players are. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they incorporate them in this game.
Nice header forward, but it is defended well by the junior Vatter. There'll be a Mountain Vista throw.
A little bit of an unfortunate play there as the ball just bounces right under her foot.
Chaparral on the attack on the left wing looking for a cross. The ball will go out of play, and it will be a corner.
Well defended by Macklin there. Mackin.
The first set piece of the night comes courtesy of the Chaparral Wolverines with almost 5 minutes gone in the first half here at Shea Stadium. Ball's put into the box, finds the head of Riley McDonald for the Golden Eagles, and a bit of a half volley bounces straight to Brooke Oth. Easy save there.
So far, a lot of testing for the goalkeepers. Just a couple of little diddlers going to them.
Ball up in the direction of Kendall Haas, but Chaparral do well enough to get the ball away, and now it's center back on the counterattack here. Getting by a couple of defenders, finally laying it off. Heavy pressure here from Haley Linder.
So far, Chaparral's doing a really good job working the ball in deep from the outside. They just can't work anything to the middle. Can't get any crosses to get through. Some great defending by Vista.
That throw is taken long, but a poor touch by CC Shaffy. Sees that attack go to nothing as Chaparral go the other way. The through ball has a chance to amount to something, but instead it's Brooke Oth coming all the way out and putting it out of bounds for a Chaparral throw. Good goalkeeping there.
So far in this game, Oth has showed that she is not afraid to be aggressive with that ball if she sees an opportunity to. And that's what you want to see if you're a defender. Just want to make sure she doesn't get too aggressive. Don't want to have any costly mistakes early.
Well, after some early chances from the Golden Eagles, Chaparral do seem to be in control here as we hit the 7-minute mark in this match. Still scoreless at Shea Stadium as that header forces a diving save by Brooke Oth. Good awareness there, but a bit scary for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice to take that header there for the for Vista. I'm not entirely sure. It seemed like a ball that Oth could have been able to handle without help from her defender. So
yeah, it almost seemed like the defender put more pressure on Oth, whereas if she hadn't done that header, it probably would have been a one-hop straight to her.
Looked like it might have even been going out of play.
Well, there's a nice ball. Mount Vista trying to capitalize. Ball into the box for Shafi. Shot on, and it's deflected out for a corner.
Great job by Vista to get the cross in there. Just hope Chaffee to get that ball off a little bit sooner before the defender gets through. She had a lot of time and space there.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're
trying to get
right.
a volley
I
there.
think I think she saw that she had space, and I think she took that to mean that she could take a couple of touches. But I think she would have been better off just taking that on the one time.
Yeah, on that kind of one, you just kind of take the volley because, as we saw, the end result ended in a free corner kick.
Well, there's a header, and I'm not gonna say off the crossbar because I believe it hit the football crossbar. But nevertheless, it's out of bounds for a goal kick. But
Yes.
the Golden Eagles with a strong header, just a bit high.
I believe it did hit the upper crossbar.
Oh, pressure there from Riley McDonald. Almost got a takeaway in Chaparral's own 18, but she lost her footing. Meanwhile, Vista getting a throw in after a Chaparral turnover.
It was a solid pressure. That's a problem with turf. You slip very easily. You don't get as much grip with your cleats, so it's an unfortunate break for Vista, but it's the kind of heart you want to see.
Well, here's Chaparral crossing the midfield line, playing it forward, but the pass is a bit too much to handle, and now Lily Boydston is fouled. Now Boydston, along with quite a number of players on this team, they're all very young. They have, I believe, 4 freshmen, which is a good sign that in the years to come they're going to keep getting better and better if you have these young players already playing and starting on varsity.
Yeah, you got, not very many seniors on this team, so at least for the next year, the future is bright, especially with stars like Tay Evans, who's a junior and will be returning next year.
Vista tried to play the 1-2, but Linder's second pass was just a bit too far ahead of the Golden Eagles, and it's out for a throw-in. 10 minutes gone here in the first half at Shea Stadium, still scoreless, but both teams have had their fair share of opportunities.
Yeah, after that pushback by Chaparral, it seems like Vista's kind of regained control of this game, which is good to see if you're a Golden Eagle fan.
Chaparral a little bit careless there in their own half. Mount Vista will try to turn that into a scoring opportunity. That throw-in finds Riley McDonald. She plays it forward, but unable to keep it in.
That was a beautiful
that
ball
right
by
winger.
McDonald. Perfectly placed, so she could just run into it. Unfortunately, the cross didn't quite stay in play, but it was a beautiful setup by Vista.
That ball goes straight back to the Chaparral goalkeeper, who's forced to grab it and punt it probably this time, get it away from the danger. And that is indeed what she does. Big header by the Golden Eagles. McDonald plays it down. Nice little move. Now tries to play it ahead of the defender. Boydston with an opportunity. What a save by the Chaparral goalkeeper to keep it 0-0 here in the 12th minute of this match.
McDonald has been on fire for the last 2 minutes. These balls that she's been playing for her forwards to go and get are beautiful. Not too hard, not too slow, just laying perfectly to give them the opportunity to convert. Just not quite getting there. Beautiful save by the Chaparral keeper.
And don't forget to give credit to Lily Boydston, who made a great run on that, just staying onside, but getting clear of that defender. Clear chance, and it's a disappointing one for the Golden Eagles to not convert.
Yeah, I thought it was offsides, but it was really close. It was a beautiful play all around.
Well, there's the ball in, and it came to about 5 people who collectively put it out of bounds, and the referee will signal for a goal kick.
Going to see a lot of Vader taking the set pieces so far, which is a little bit unusual considering she's a back, but it's one of her specialties and she does a great job at it.
Well, there's a long throw that never actually came into play. So it will be a Golden Eagles throw about 20 yards farther downfield than the first one was.
Wasn't sure what happened there. I thought they were throwing the ball to the person giving the throw in, but guess not.
I guess it was just a classic case of the ball slipping out of the hands. There's McDonald. She had Boyston making another run, but chose not to play it.
She instead gives it to Macklin with speed, which is a great play.
And Boydston, I believe, got her shoulder to that one. Maybe it was her head. Either way, goes out for a goal kick, and Chaparral get to ease the danger.
Jack, turn on the clock in the graphic.
Chap with the throw in. Mount Vista's defensive line does a good job. Although that ball went just over the head of Boydston. A handball will be called,
So far,
and Mount Vista will get a free kick.
there's been a little bit of a difference in the strategies by the defensive backs for both teams. Chaparral seems more content with controlling the ball and trying to make a better pass, and Vista's just clearing it out and going and chasing it down. Maybe
Well,
have a little bit more faith in their forwards to win the 50-50s.
Well, and also on the defensive side of what you're talking about, I've noticed that Chaparral, they've been pressuring the ball a lot more, whereas the Golden Eagles defenders have kind of sat back and stayed in that line and let their defensive midfielders do that work.
Yeah, Vista's definitely been more content, having their defensive midfielders do a lot of work and kind of just making sure Chaparral stays to the outside.
That ball goes out of play. You could see Riley McDonald rushing in, providing the pressure needed, and Chaparral forced to take a one-time clearance, and it goes out of play.
Going back to the defensive strategies, you've been able to see when Chaparral's gotten deep in Vista's half a lot more. However, they've had to stay closer to the outside, whereas Vista hasn't been able to get as deep into Chaparral's half. But when they have, they've come on quick breaks. It's due to Chaparral's more aggressive defensive strategy, and compared to Vista's more passive control to the outside.
Well, and what you've seen is that that center back coming forward to pressure, and what Mount Vista have been able to exploit so far is they've been able to get that run behind the center back using either the left or the right back to stay on side. Looks like we will have our first substitution of the match. Make that 2. Coming off will be Lily Burnell. And coming in to take her place on defense, we have Ari Brune.
We've had about 4 throw-ins in a row here, and neither team's really been able to get anything going outside that 10-foot area.
Well, Taylor Evans plays that one forward. We could have an opportunity here, but the offside flag goes up on the far side. That pass was not intended for that target. It was intended for Riley McDonald, but she kind of got closed off in the process of going for that ball, and Boydston instead had to go for it.
Yeah, Boydston, fortunately for Vista, it didn't seem like she would be able to get that ball anyway, so the offside didn't make a huge impact on the play. seeing what I've seen so far, I feel like a lot of the reasoning for Vista's more defensive passiveness is coming from the fact that they want to have their backs and their central defensive midfielders hopping into the offensive play more and being involved more in the offense. So they want to try and, maybe conserve a little bit more of their energy, force Chaparral to make mistakes, and rely on their goalkeeper to play any crosses or keep the high danger chances to a minimum while still being able to have the energy to contribute on offense, which I think is a smart strategy for Vista.
See another substitution as Mary Macklin comes out of the game, the junior defenseman, or defensewoman. There's Danny Gubbles. She keeps it in and plays it forward now. Vista could be onto something. Haley Linder plays it back. Now feeds Evans. All the way back to the center backs we go. Now Vader finds herself with some space. Plays it over to Linder.
Brilliant move.
Turns the corner, taking a shot. And it's just wide.
It's a brilliant move by Vader to get to the middle there. She had seemingly no time and space and created a great chance off of it. And a great shot by Linder as well.
There's a handball called. Ball kind of came up on the midfielder of Chaparral. And that's an easy call for the referee who's standing right there.
Almost called it before him.
I did start to hear that. Well, it looks like Natalie Vader will take the free kick. I don't think she'll shoot from here, but this is definitely going to be into the box. Headed away by Chaparral. That's good defending.
Vader's got a big leg. It definitely wouldn't be out of the ordinary for her to shoot. I believe in the Wish Week game, she scored a goal from similar range against Legend.
Yeah, that was definitely an entertaining game. One of the best from this team that we've seen all season. And we're hoping that this game will live up to that. And we thank all of you who are tuning in to watch some Mountain Vista girls soccer even in the middle of summer. School got out a few weeks ago. I guess it got out for me even earlier. But we're still happy to be out here providing the game for all of you. And we thank those of you who have put aside time in your day to support Mountain Vista Sports. There's a long shot, and it goes wide right from Natalie Vader. And the Golden Eagles continue to threaten here as we get past the halfway point in the first half here at Shea Stadium.
It was an interesting ball from Vader. It looked like it was a little bit of a knuckleball going on net there. I don't know if that was because of the wind or what, but that could have been dangerous for Chaparral.
Chaparral are having a bit of trouble controlling here. They play it long. Heavy touch. But we do see Chaparral retain possession for the moment. Nice 1-2, but another heavy touch brings the left back out. And that's the left back clearing it away. That's Anna Arnold.
Interesting play there. It looked like neither of the defensive mids were really eager to jump on that ball as they kind of relied on one of their forwards and wings to come back and get it for them.
Ball cleared out of the 18. Good defense there by the Golden Eagles. And now you see Lily Boydston with a lot of room as the Golden Eagles mount a counterattack. That ball is played way too far in front of the streaking Danny Gubbles. And that was never going to amount to much.
Vista's really seemed to be dominating the 50-50 battles so far. Every time they're going up for a ball, it seems like they win it, and that's what caused that chance there. Granted, it didn't end up in much, but it all started because of the 50-50s they're winning, and that's what you love to see if you're the manager.
Well, there's Gubbles, plays it forward. Boydston having to take it back. No foul called. She did seem to just lose her footing a bit.
She didn't seem to have any problem with it, so I'm wondering if she just fell or...
Yeah, no argument, so we
contact.
won't argue it either. But Mount Vista aren't done with their attack yet. Bringing it forward is Linder. Has a lot of room. Gets by one.
Some fancy step-overs there.
Gets by again, takes a shot. And it's a nice save. The ball is loose. And the Chaparral goalkeeper is able to get up and scramble over to it before Mount Vista could pounce on it. But another good shot by the Golden Eagles that forced a good save from the Wolverines.
Linder took on about 5 Wolverines there. That was some impressive footwork by her to get that shot off. And it was a decent shot at that, especially considering the range and lack of time and space that she had.
Well, Vader has the throw in with 14 minutes and change to go in the first half. Now she deals one in, and it'll be a corner off the leg of one of the Chaparral center backs.
The big trio for Vista of Linder, Vader, and Evans have really been going early. Their big central midfield trio has been going, and you would hope to have a goal or two by now. But with the kind of pressure they're putting on, you'll take that any day.
Here's the ball whipped into the box. And it'll just go high on the second opportunity. That had to be better from the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Haas seemed to get good connection on it, just maybe a little too good. Seemed like maybe a little bit easier of a shot than she had thought.
Well, I think Haas was a little surprised to get that ball. Taylor Evans found herself unmarked with the ball coming right to her and just took a poor shot. And it went back toward the rest of the group rather than at the goal, and that's where Haas ended up with it. We see a foul on the other end, and this could be dangerous for Chaparral.
It's an interesting placement because it's very close in, but it's a very towards the side, so it's dangerous if Vista doesn't do well covering their women. They got to just make sure they don't get anybody on the run and don't let the cross come through.
Well, and a lefty could probably take a shot here, but Chaparral has a righty lined up to take this, and that is probably not going to result in much as it goes over the net.
It was a
decent strike. It
as
just had
a
a little bit of carry on it.
It was a good play because I bet you everybody on Vista was reading cross there because of what you said. She's a righty, not a lefty. But just get that down a little bit more, and that would have been a very dangerous opportunity for Chaparral.
Well, clear danger for the moment. Brooke Auth punts it away.
It's an unfortunate touch for Linder. Oof.
Deep ball, but that's one of the things about the Shea Stadium turf is the ball never stops rolling. as the Chaparral keeper swallows it up once it crosses into the 18. Now Chaparral go the other way. With a burst of speed, they play it forward, but it'll be the same exact thing that happened to the Golden Eagles, only it stays just out of the 18, so Burke off puts it away out of bounds for a Chaparral throw-in.
Oz seemed a little hesitant there to pick it up. Wasn't sure if it would be in the box or not, so made the safe play to kick it out. And you would maybe prefer for her to pick it up, but if she doesn't feel comfortable, you'd rather have her do that than give up a free kick.
It's a throw for Chaparral. They're trying to take advantage. They haven't had a whole lot on offense. That set piece a couple minutes ago was one of their few good chances of the match so far. As Linder plays it forward, and that's a really good run. Mount Vista has it on the right wing, and it'll go out for a corner kick, as I believe that was Danny Gubbles who put it off the defender out for a corner. That corner is cleared by Chaparral, and with all those bodies in the box, not a whole lot on the other side of the field as Chaparral try to take advantage of that. They keep possession across into Mount Vista territory. Less than 10 minutes to go in the first half here at Shea Stadium. We're still 0-0. It's a nice pass, but a very good job by Linder to step in front of it. Hadley Linder is one-on-one with the defender, chooses to pass it and gets it immediately back, but it will be out for a throw-in. That ball is dangerous. Who knows where it's going to land? Brooke off.
Oh, no.
And it's in. It's in for Chaparral. The ball was bouncing. Oth went at it with her foot instead of her hands, and it came down to the left foot of Chaparral's striker, and she is not going to miss that opportunity. 1-0 to the Wolverines with 9 to go.
That one, you need to be communicating there. It seemed like 3 Vista players, including the keeper, were not entirely certain what the other 2 were going to be doing. And that's on the keeper to be communicating about who needs to get the ball there. Worst things worse, you just boot it out to the side and give them a corner kick again.
Well, Vista will be on a mission to make up for that as the ball plays into McDonald, but she loses it. Bad pass by Chaparral gives it immediately back to Lily Boydston. And Mount Vista starts something on their left side. Back to Boydston. Boydston gets around one, takes a long shot, and it's a good save. Wasn't a very difficult one, but it was fundamentally done by the Chaparral goalkeeper. And Chaparral played a counterattack game once again.
An interesting choice by the keeper there to grab the ball rather than let it go out of bounds and try and, waste some extra time here on a goal kick. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite Chaparral.
There's Natalie Vader. Gets around 2. Still going with it. Plays a long ball. And it's Chaparral's clearance was off the arm of Boydston, but it's not a handball since it was on her body. Nice 1-2 from the Wolverines, but it was a bit too far out in front, and it leads to Anna Arnold getting it back for the Golden Eagles. That long ball falls to McDonald, and now it's Boydston. 7.5 to go in the first half here at Shea Stadium, with the Wolverines having just taken a 1-0 lead against your Mountain Vista Golden Eagles varsity girls soccer team.
It's been a solid half so far. Vista has controlled the play for the most part. Just kind of let up a little bit towards the 10-minute mark of this half. which can't have mistakes like that, especially.
Oh, well, here's a chance, though. Hold that thought. Loose ball in the box, and it's cleared away. Good job by Chaparral. And as that ball goes out for a corner kick, I'll let Eddie finish his thought there.
As I was saying, it was just an unfortunate way to end the half for the Eagles, considering how many chances they've had. They've gotten so close to capitalizing and perhaps being up 2-0 before that goal even happened, but unfortunately, they just couldn't quite get a break there.
Well, Natalie Vader puts it in. Dangerous ball, headed, and it's in! A headed ball, and McDonald took it on the one time off that header and slotted it by the keeper, and we are even at 1 here at Shea Stadium with 6 minutes to go in the first half.
That was a lovely cross by Vader on the corner kick, and I'm not entirely sure if that header was meant to go to the goal scorer, but it worked out, and you'll take that 10 times out of 10.
I will notice after the players were walking back to their spots, Brooke Auth was seen hobbling back over to her position. So hopefully the Mountain Vista goalkeeper is all right. Maybe something happened on that play on the first goal for Chaparral that may have shooken her up a little bit.
She does seem to have some kinesthetic tape on her right thigh, which could have something to do with it. So maybe this was a nagging injury previous to the match.
Well, we'll see if she gets any action in these last 5 minutes. Mount Vista continue to play good defense as Natalie Vader pushes it away. Chaparral now have possession with their center backs.
Fortunately for Vista, they do have their senior backup goalkeeper ready, who's likely to play tonight because it is senior night. Emily Wilson, we don't know exactly when she was going to come in, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Vista to have her come in sooner rather than later, just because you don't want to have your starting keeper injured for the playoffs.
Yep, and not only would you be able to give Auth a rest, but you'd be able to give Emily Wilson a good senior night to remember.
Exactly.
Well, it's a free kick for the Golden Eagles as we get under the 5-minute mark to go in the first half here. Pretty solid match so far between Mount Vista and Chaparral, and we are hoping for more action. Macklin finds herself on the right side with it. Mount Vista with some decent one-touch passing. McDonald plays a long ball, but that will never be chased down as it just had a bit too much power. Comes back to Brooke Auth. That pass needed a little more juice. Now she boots it.
And that's the other unfortunate thing. If we are correct about that right leg being the problem, that is her kicking leg, which she does seem to have a little bit less power tonight than I have seen in previous games. So might want to take the safe route if you're Vista manager.
Well, here's Macklin on the right side, playing it toward the box, but it will go out for a goal kick with 3:17 to go in the first half. Anna Arnold has some space. She does seem to be the last line of defense for the Golden Eagles tonight. She's doing a solid job so far. Lily Boydston plays the through ball, but the right back for Chaparral read it well. But a turnover in their own half could lead to something for the Golden Eagles. Here's Vader. Gets by one. Plays it inside. But Hadley Linder is dispossessed. And Chaparral clear away.
Vista really hoping to get a goal here to reset the lead they should have had earlier in with all the pressure they were going. If you can get a goal here, you'll feel pretty good about the second half considering how you've played so far if you're Mountain Vista. However, if you keep it as a draw, you're giving Chaparral a little bit more momentum considering how they've played so far. They're really will be happy with a draw going into the second half, which might give them a little bit more of a boost than you'd hope for.
Well, here's Lily Boydston. Just under a minute and a half to go. If we are going to see another goal, we're going to have to see it soon, or halftime will beat us to it. There's the ball into the box. Dangerous, but cleared away. Boydston's there to keep it in the zone. Vader plays it deep, and that one was maybe a bit too optimistic as we are down to the final minute of the first half.
Some solid work down low there by Vista. Hopefully we can build off this half, considering it's likely that you'll go in with a draw. Just build off how you've played and hopefully bury a couple goals in the second half.
Well, here's Linder. She plays the ball, and the offside flag does go up with 30 seconds left. It was a nice run by the left winger, but it was a bit too early of a run as the offside flag does go up, and that appears to be the last chance of the first half.
Yes, group has really been getting involved later in this half, which is good to see for Vista. You want to get as many people involved as possible in dangerous areas, and especially considering she's one of your forwards, you need to have her involved if you want to start burying some goals.
Well, there will be the last seconds of the first half. At the end of the first 40, Mount Vista 1, Chaparral 1. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half. See you then. Hello, Vista fans. We are back for the second half at Shea Stadium as we kick off one entertaining half down where both teams got on the score sheet and nothing else beyond that. But we are hoping for some more goals in the second half and an entertaining finish to Senior Night 2021 for Mountain Vista Girls Soccer.
We do have a new keeper in for Mountain Vista. Emily Wilson is officially in.
Yeah, good to see that they are not only resting Brooke off, but they're getting Emily some time in on Senior Night. She hasn't played a whole lot this season. Brooke's been a very solid keeper all around. But hopefully Emily will come up with some big saves here in the second half.
Yeah, it's nice to see they're giving her a whole half to play. In the game before this, with Rock Canyon, they only gave their keeper about half of a half. So it's nice to see them giving her a little bit more time there.
That ball goes out of a out for a throw-in as our production crew gets in on the action. They're standing out there by the Chaparral bench.
This will be Emily Wilson's 4th appearance for the Vista Golden Eagles so far.
Well, Lily Boydston almost had a great opportunity. Tried to keep it out or keep it inbounds on the end line, but ultimately was unable to do so. And the Golden Eagles leave a chance without a shot.
But importantly, they win another 50-50 so far. That's been the biggest strength in Vista's game so far. I'm not sure they've lost an aerial battle.
Well, here's Linder. Linder on the left foot.
What a strike.
What a shot by Hadley Linder. And it is 2-1 to the Golden Eagles. Probably one of the better strikes we've seen this season from this team. Beautifully slotted by the goaltender, and the Golden Eagles lead.
That was a perfect strike from the left foot right on the edge of the area to just get that. It was perfectly placed, especially noticing that, the keeper might not be expecting it, especially because I believe Linder might have been on her off foot on that. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. But a beautiful strike. As a keeper, you're probably never going to get to that.
Well, Linder puts the Golden Eagles in front, and then you see Macklin get fouled. Momentum here early in the second half is definitely on the Golden Eagles side.
Definitely a great way to cut off any momentum that I was talking about at the end of the second half that Chaparral might have gotten by keeping this game close and just kind of putting them back down and telling them, we're here, we're dominating play.
That ball goes forward. Could be another chance here for the Eagles. Nice footwork there. It goes out for a throw-in.
Seems like I was correct in saying that Linder was on her off foot there, making that goal that much more impressive. Nice corner kick in by Vader. Keeper comes out and punches that one away for Chaparral, but Vader gets it back.
Well, Mount Vista trying to get the ball into the box again.
Vader with a lot of time and space there.
That ball one-hopped into the keeper's hands. We do apologize for the current issue with the camera. We are currently in the process of fixing it. One of our production crew assistants is rushing up here right now. We'll see how quickly we can fix the problem.
Hopefully nothing too interesting happens.
Well, Chaparral on the counterattack. They have it just after midfield, and one thing I've been noticing, that's the second time Chaparral has tried to catch the keeper off their line, and both times they've only been able to get the ball about 2 feet off the ground. They tried it in the first half when Oth was outside of the 18-yard box, and the ball just about rolled to Oth, and they tried it again there. There's Macklin on the right side, keeping it in. She has Gubbles. Chooses not to take the pass. Now plays it over to McDonald. That's a good pass. McDonald dribbles her way around one and then delivers a pass that could have been better, and it leads to a turnover. Anna Arnold doing a good job on defense there and plays it over to Gubbles. Into the box. Still Mount Vista in the 18. Over to McDonald, and it's poked away. Taylor Evans on the right wing. Plays it into the box, and it's cleared away.
I think Evans might have been hoping to get that ball a little bit more off the ground, but didn't quite have the time and space to get her foot under that enough. McDonald did not seem happy with that foul call. Or perhaps handball, I'm not totally sure.
There's a decent ball. Chaparral crosses into Mount Vista territory with it. They don't really have the numbers, though, and they have to backtrack a little.
This might be only the third time Chaparral's even entered Vista's half with possession of the ball this half. Been very dominant from Vista through the first 8 minutes.
Well, that was a really good idea there by Gubbles, and it doesn't quite work out. It got all the way through the box, all the way down to the left wing. But Mount Vista do retain possession for the moment. It's cleared away again by Chaparral. The attack isn't over yet. Macklin outside of the 18, over to Linder. Linder taking another shot, and this time it's wide. It was the same situation as she scored about 6 minutes ago.
On her left foot, and that ball had some power on it. Very impressive. Linder seems very, very content taking these shots from right outside the 18-yard box, and it's working out for her so far. As we have the video officially back.
And that one goes wide from Linder. We thank you all for your patience with that. Hopefully, we still have people here. But yeah, with 31 minutes left to go in the game, we have some more very breathtaking Vista soccer that we hope you all enjoy. A goal kick now for Chaparral after that shot went wide left.
Chaparral is now having one of their backs take the goal kicks rather than their keeper, which is an interesting choice. I didn't see anything wrong with how the keeper was taking their kicks before. Maybe they just want to keep her from being fatigued, because I do not believe they have a backup tonight.
Well, and they're going to need to keep her from being fatigued because Mount Vista are reining in the shots. Lily Boydston just took one on her left, and it ended up looking more like a field goal than a shot, but it was another one that was shot at the goalkeeper. She's going to have to stay on her toes.
Vista football could always use a kicker.
That is true. I know Danny Kapernakis took over some of the kicking this last fall for the Golden Eagles football team, and he was primarily a soccer player. But you never know. You never know who we're going to see next fall.
He has since graduated, I believe.
That is
so
true. The youngest senior in the class of 2021.
Yep, he was in my He was in my second grade class.
Wow.
Before he moved up.
Well, just under half an hour to go. And Arnold with a header out of play. McDonald trying to get around the defender.
Chaparral has seemed to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball carrier so far this half. Getting a little bit more physical and laying the body on them, but it hasn't seemed to make much of an impact this far.
Yeah, well, they are definitely being more aggressive, and some of that has also turned into aggressiveness on offense. But you can see a play like that where they're trying to go with the one-touch passing, but the accuracy, when the accuracy starts to lack, then they're going to start creating turnovers, and it's not the way you want to play down a goal if you cannot get the ball into your opposing team's half. Throw in from Macklin. Played forward by Cece Shafi. One was cleared but deflected up in the air. Still loose, and now Mount Vista on the edge of the 18. Ball into the box. This could be dangerous. And it takes one bounce and bounces out of play.
Great job by the Chaparral goalkeeper to recognize that that ball was going out and not attempt to make a potential mistake that could lead to a goal or a corner kick, which is how Vista got their first goal.
Well, and another thing is you were talking about the fatigue of the goalkeeper. That's an unnecessary sprint if the ball's already going out of bounds. So good awareness all the way around. Looks like there's a foul, which it is a desirable free kick location. It's a bit deep on the left wing, but a good ball would send this into a pretty good range for it to be headed in.
Should have no danger of being a shot, so you really got to make sure you place this ball well and hope that one of the girls gets unmarked in the box there.
Well, you can see each player has a matched up person from Chaparral. So we'll see what moves Mount Vista makes here. The ball is curled into the box, but it's quickly blocked by the wall. And now we could have a counterattack on, but a poor touch is going to lead to Vista getting the ball. Danny Gubbles now with it.
Was an interesting choice by Vatter to try and recross that into the box rather than just let the ball go out or even take a touch and move it somewhere else or try and run it along the sideline, but no harm has come from it, so never going to complain about that.
That ball goes forward to Shafi, and she takes out the center back, and that is an easy foul. Chaparral avoids some of the danger by playing a bit of American football that time.
That's what we refer to as setting the tone, making sure that they know you're there. That's how you got some old-fashioned football right there.
Got to play mean sometimes to win these games.
Exactly.
Mount Vista with ease gets the ball back. Macklin plays that on the wing. You see a bit of a conservative double team strategy here from Chaparral. They pressure the ball with 2 of their players, but they don't really completely commit, and Mount Vista are just blowing by it as we see a big chance here, breaking by 3 or 4 defenders, and finally getting the ball taken away was Taylor Evans.
Chaparral can't let a player like Evans get that much time and space.
And McDonald just misses. There is a turnover in the 18. Those can be costly, and Chaparral just walk away from that one unscathed as Taylor Evans missed the net.
McDonald didn't quite get the touch she wanted there and was unfortunately marked before she could get a good foot on that ball. Could have been a great scoring opportunity for Vista.
Well, here's McDonald getting it back onto her right foot, and it's a big save. Ball still in front, and Mount Vista get it back. That pass goes right by Shafi, and now Chaparral can start an attack of their own, but what a chance from the Golden Eagles that was.
It was a great cutback by McDonald to create that play on there, create some time and space, and, you know, they've seemed to be doing a great job. Vista's seemed to be doing a good job of opening up time and space for themselves to make these opportunities, and unfortunately they haven't been able to capitalize on one recently, but one will come if they keep playing like this.
24 minutes to go as Macklin takes that throw in, puts it into the box, loose ball. Linder was fighting for it, and it does come back out to Macklin, who immediately puts it back into the middle.
Another 50-50 by Vista. That seemed like an easy one for Chaparral to make, but Courtney Dennis, the freshman, made a nice play on that to stick with the play and keep the ball in for her team.
Well, that one goes into the box, and it's a goal. I don't know how, but Courtney Dennis ended up putting that one into the back of the net. Haas whipped it in from just...
Courtney Dennis?
Was that Courtney?
Yeah.
Haas whipped it in from just next to the end line, and I believe that it was Courtney Dennis.
Number 9, Courtney Dennis.
That was a beautiful play by her to win that 50-50 like I was just talking about, and it leads to a goal. That's what you got to do. Got to play some of that, got to have some of that gritty play to get some goals. Some beautiful football there. It might not be the prettiest goal in the world, but it came from a place of hard work, and that's what you love to see.
Well, here go the Golden Eagles again. Oh, a nice little spin move there by Riley McDonald, but she is dispossessed. Now Chaparral down 2 goals, just trying to keep themselves in it at this point.
Yeah, they've had very little possession so far this half. I said they haven't entered the Vista half very much. They've barely possessed the ball to do so, and when they have, it seems like they've made unforced errors.
Well, they're doing a lot of they're playing a lot, maybe a bit too aggressive than they should be. They still have 22 minutes. I think what they need to do is they need to go back to their style of play, because they're playing like they're hunting for a tie goal with 3 minutes to go, and right now I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, they have plenty of time left to pot a couple. No need to be in a rush and allow for Vista to get more goals, because that will only hurt them.
Well, that ball's loose in the box, and it'll be a handball called on CC Shafi with 22 minutes to go. So it'll be a free kick, and Chaparral play it deep, but that pass is just able to be kept in. But you see passes like that, and you wonder if Chaparral really have any game plan going forward to try to find their way back into this game, because like they're drilling passes across, but when their target's 5 feet away, it's definitely it's a tough ask for them to be able to complete those passes and really get a good scoring chance.
Yeah, I wonder if it has something to do with the turf being quicker than they're used to. Because it's always been a expression here that, the shade turf, ball never stops rolling on that. Wonder if they're used to playing on a little bit of a slower turf, or if they're just making these mistakes themselves and just kind of getting in their own heads.
Well, here's Chaparral. They have the ball outside of the 18 for about half a second before Mount Vista clears it away. Now chasing, it's a foot race. Dennis really trying to get to that one, and instead it's cleared right into the ref. And the left back of Chaparral may have said a quick sorry to the assistant referee after that one.
Didn't seem to have any hard feelings after that. Fortunately for the ref, took it like a champ.
Yeah. At least there wasn't any rash red card or anything like that.
Seemed like it
That
may
would've
have
been unfortunate.
May have been a handball by the ref though.
Yeah, maybe. Well, here's Macklin. Macklin plays it up, and it's a poor touch by Aya, who eventually allows the goalkeeper to get the ball. 20 minutes to go.
It was seemed like that might have been a foul there against Taylor Evans. She got pushed down from behind, but official didn't really seem to say anything.
Yeah, well, it is a 3-1 game, so you never know. The refs may be a little bit more lenient at this point, although we do see a foul called there on Chaparral.
And it seems like Vista's really pushing them in deep. Like we said, Vader has a leg.
That ball is high in the air, headed back into the box by the Golden Eagles.
If she
Left-footed shot, and it's blocked on the way.
If she wanted to, Vader probably could have just put that on net. She's got the leg for it. Maybe try and catch the goalkeeper sleeping.
You never know. Well, it's always a game of what-ifs, isn't it? Well, it's a throw-in for the Golden Eagles with 18.5 to go. Mount Vista 3, Chaparral 1. That header comes out to Taylor Evans, and it'll be a foul called on Chaparral. A bit of a high cleat, and that one will get called. So, about 40 yards away from the goal. We'll see if we see a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Worst things worse. They get a goal kick. You're up by 2 goals.
There's one, and it does end up having to be saved by the goalkeeper. The offside flag does come up, but would you categorize that as a shot?
I think the goalkeeper did get their hand on it, so I would. A gutsy play by the keeper to come out and do that. That's one of the things they teach you at an early age as a keeper, is that really put your body on the line to save that ball, and that's what she did there. Some credit to the Chaparral keeper, who's been magnificent so far tonight. Just hasn't quite gotten the bounces her way and not gotten the goal support that you'd hope for.
There's a foul. That foul will go against Lily Burnell.
You've noticed there's a lot more fresh faces on the field for Vista a little bit more often. If you take a look over at the benches, you'll see there's a vast difference in depth for each team. Vista has about 7 or 10 available subs, whereas Chaparral only has about 5. Might be fatigue setting in for Chaparral in this half. Is part of the reason for Vista's dominance.
It'll be a goal kick for Chaparral with 15 and a half to go. It does seem like the two teams have kind of slowed down here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, Vista seems content to gear it down, just protect the lead, and Chaparral, like I said, might be getting tired, or they just can't get anything going here.
Well, long pass takes the bounce and bounces out of play, so it'll be a Mount Vista throw. There's a fight for it. There's a nice fight for the ball, and the pass goes a little bit long there. On the right wing, played in, and oh my goodness, off the post, off the crossbar, and cleared away.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, the spin on the ball took it back goalwards. The ball was going wide by about 3 feet, and the Chaparral goalkeeper let it go, and it spun right back goalwards and hit the post. And the follow-up on a mostly open net unfortunately hit the crossbar.
Yeah,
what a series of events.
Quite the woodwork challenge we have going on out here right now. It would not be the way for your night to continue if you're the Chaparral keeper. Played how you are and you get a bounce like that. Fortunately for her, she got a bounce her way in the crossbar hit. Still 3-1.
Well, here's a chance for Vista. Long ball. She's onside. And that one deflects and will be caught by the keeper.
Dennis cut back and was waiting for some support there, but no one came, and there were 3 Chap defenders back. Really all she could do there.
Well, Evans eventually has to concede and pass the ball, but that was a nice bit of footwork there. Linder, the pass was intended for Linder, and it went a bit long. And there's an odd touch by Chaparral that goes out of play.
Could have been a nice chance for Chaparral off of communication, a miscommunication from Vista, but unfortunately just some poor managing of the ball, and nothing will come of it.
Just over 12 minutes to go in this match. 3-1 to the Golden Eagles. Chaparral have a lot of work to do if they want to get back in this game. They haven't showed it so far in the second half. Another poor pass from Chaparral, and it goes out for a Vista throw. And here we see a substitution as Hadley Linder comes off. And it will be a Vista throw. Both teams wanted it, and the referee had the final say. Chaparral get it back and lose it within 3 seconds. Good job there by Mount Vista with that takeaway. And it's Vader who lets the defender catch up to her in a sense. And then good defending by Chaparral prevents a goal scoring opportunity. We're closing in on 10 minutes to go in this 80-minute match. Golden Eagles 3, Wolverines 1.
I can't seem to find 23 on my roster here. She seems to be a favorite of the crowd, but I have no idea.
Well, there have been bigger mysteries.
I would assume she might be a freshman or a call-up. I'm assuming she's a call-up from JV, which is always nice to see. Get some of those swing players with some experience on varsity so they can come and play in the later years.
That's a very good point. Well, in my initial thought was that it was probably one of the seniors coming in. But, yeah, you have a very good point. They may be taking this opportunity up to right before the playoffs to rest some of their normal starting players and get some of those swing players that normally play on JV some varsity playing time before they play for varsity next year.
Want to get, or, you know, might not even be next year, just in case somebody goes down with injury, you want to have as many people as you can.
That'll be a throw to Chaparral. Nine minutes left. If Chaparral's going to do anything, now's the time. They have an opportunity now. They have a few players in the offensive half, but another poor pass prevents anything from happening.
An uneventful half for the senior at Wilson. I don't think she's faced a single shot on target besides maybe that one clear, that might be the first one.
Well, there's a save.
There's definitely one.
It wasn't a difficult save, but there's a save for Emily Wilson just on cue.
Personally, as a keeper, I'd like to take some action when I'm getting in, but obviously if I'm not getting any action and I'm not letting in any goals, I'll take that every day.
It'll be a throw-in for Vista with just under 8 minutes to go. On the left wing, passing it around are the Golden Eagles. Good defense, and the Wolverines take it away, but immediately give it right back.
Yeah, real sloppy play by Chaparral this half. I don't know if this is just an off night for them. If they're tired, it's completely different from the team we saw at the first half.
There's the ball into the middle, and it's cleared away.
Quite the hard clear as that ball almost goes into the stands. You're gonna take out a person.
Headed out of bounds there by the Wolverines.
Chaparral really needs to be putting a little bit more pressure on here if they want to have any chance of scoring and even getting close to drawing this game. They're being very soft when Vista's trying to box them out with the ball. If things continue the way they're going, might not be surprised to see the Chaparral's keeper jump into the play. Maybe too tired though.
My apologies. We got 5.5 minutes to go here, as Vista wouldn't mind a brace to go up 3 goals, and there's a goalkeeper mistake, and they've put it wide. It looks like it was deflected, as it'll be a corner kick, but after a spill like that, it's hard to wonder why they didn't take advantage.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. I wonder if what quite happened with the keeper there. Obviously a great, I believe, defensive play by her back to help support her and knock that out of bounds. Something that we haven't seen much of from Chaparral tonight.
That ball's into the box. Header on. What a save! What a save by the goalkeeper from Chaparral.
A beautiful job by her to track that ball and stay firm on the goal line. Fell back a little bit, but she got her hands right there, and that's the most important thing. Hands are on her knees. She just has to be gassed. Chap's keeper has just been working her butt off this half. If it were Vista, you'd hope she'd get that win, but unfortunately, her team just hasn't given her the goal support that you'd want.
That ball ahead is taken away nicely by the left back from Chaparral. 4 minutes. If they want any realistic shot of tying this game up, they probably need to score in the next minute.
Linder is already back on the field. Interesting strategy by the coach to put her back on with less than 10 minutes left in a game that is seemingly in the palm of Vista's hand.
A little bit of a header battle with 3.5 to go. Anna Arnold, the latest to take part in the heading game.
Seems to be Vista's favorite game tonight. Gonna have to get a header counter next game.
Well, we've seen a few solid headers that have. We saw one that obviously was the assist for one of the goals. And we've seen some powerful defensive headers to clear the danger. So it's definitely been a good job by the Golden Eagles to use the aerial game to their advantage tonight. And assuming this result holds, it will have been a key factor in their win.
I'll go back to their third goal, where Dennis won a 50-50 that was seemingly in Chaparral's, easy for Chaparral to win, and that led to her scoring a goal. It's been a perfect summary of what's happened tonight. Winning these 50-50s have been a key for Vista as far as putting the pressure on Chaparral. Another sub with 2 minutes off. Interesting strategy by Vista's manager. As we see Skarupa back on the field.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get everybody some minutes at this point. 2 minutes to go here in the match. 3-1 Golden Eagles. It's all but over at this point, with Chaparral not really posing much of a threat in this half. So I think Vista's manager just wants to get everybody some playing time, let everybody experience the moment, as we see another header played forward toward one of the Chaparral defensive backs.
The midfielders and forwards of Vista have shined tonight, but I think we shouldn't overlook the strong defensive game from Vista's backs. They have not prevented anything for Chaparral, especially this half. Every time they get within a couple yards, they're stepping and taking that ball away, or they're clearing it, and it's very impressive.
Well, here's Chaparral, probably the closest they've been to the 18-yard box in about 15 minutes. But Vista, get rid of the danger. 1 minute to go. Here goes Paige Hawes, who we haven't seen much today. She eventually loses the ball, and they call a foul. Not sure why they didn't play that on. It's probably a whistle that the referee would have wanted to take back.
It's an interesting play by Haas. It looked like Sarupa wanted the return through ball there, but Haas didn't think she had the time or space, unfortunately.
25 seconds to go here as we count down the final seconds here at Shea Stadium on this Wednesday night, senior night. Playoffs starting in the next 10 days, I believe. And we will try to have some of that coverage for you, both of girls soccer and baseball, and hopefully a bit of lacrosse. It all depends on the home and away as the final seconds tick down, and that is the match. Final score, Mountain Vista Golden Eagles 3, Chaparral Wolverines 1. A pretty dominant performance by the Golden Eagles, who conceded in the late stage of the first half, but after that were pretty clear-cut dominant, and they get the win at the end of the match. What do you think, Eddie?
Well, this was a dominant performance from Vista, especially in the second half. I said it at the end of the first. They deserved to come out with the lead, and they didn't. They answered back to Chaparral's goal, which, you know, it's great, but they deserve to be winning after that pretty solid first half. And it's good to see how dominant they were in the second half, scoring one early to kind of make up for that lack of scoring in the first. A lot of solid hard work from the girls. It was a great team win for Vista. Hopefully they can carry this momentum into the playoffs, and a great send-off for the seniors.
Well, I am in agreement, and we will see you then, hopefully. The 2021 Shasta 5-8 state playoffs are just around the corner, and we will be doing our best to cover those. But like I said, we will have to rely on being the home team, or the other team will get the rights. It's all those logistics that we all hate, but it's stuff that we have to deal with. So hopefully we will see you right back here for the playoffs. But until then, I am Griffin Leonard alongside Eddie Blue. Thank you so much for joining us on VistaNow, and have a good night.